Monday, Seneca Valley. I'm here to talk about your MYP personal projects. My name is Kim Beecraft. I am the MYP or Middle Years Program Coordinator, so I work with the 9th and 10th grade staff and students. So the personal project uses student interest and choice to really drive the development of IB approaches to learning or ATL skills by helping students set goals, research, action plan, and create a really unique product. Here are some of our past projects from previous years. Some amazing things. We had students creating their own countries of different cultures. We had students practicing photography. We had a mechanical arm. We had cookbooks. Really, you name it, we've had a project on it here at Seneca. And our projects really highlight our students' identities, passions, and interests. And it really shows the development of these really important both academic and socio-emotional skills. And so kind of the overview, it's a requirement from IB for all 10th graders. This year, new, all of our 10th graders are enrolled in the MYP Research Seminar course, so that's on their transcript for second semester, and that really supports our expectation that all 10th graders at Seneca Valley complete their personal project. Some of the benefits, they get essential skill development, 15 SSL hours, and they get credit when they complete their project and their final report for that MYP Research Seminar class. Now, that class is a credit, no grade course. So credit if they complete it, no grade if they do not. It does not impact their GPA, but it does give them elective credit. Also new for this year, the lessons, instead of running through our SEL like last year, they are incorporated into 10th grade content classes. So our English 10, our individual societies, chemistry, and health. Students, again, have a handbook and they have the Canvas course to support their learning. And I want to give a huge shout out to all of my content teachers, but especially my 10th grade English teachers who kicked off the personal project. They just are wrapping up the first lesson, getting our kids excited. So thank you, Ms. Buchanan, Mr. Krause, Ms. Hasty, Mr. Jackson, Ms. James, Ms. Neitz, and Ms. Wolf for kicking us off and getting our kids excited. So why am I presenting in a staff meeting? Why do you need to know about this? Other than sharing how amazing our students are, part of IB's requirements is that students have a staff supervisor that meets with them 3 times throughout their project to check on their progress, help them troubleshoot, provide encouragement. So in support of us being an wall-to-wall IB school, all staff at Seneca Valley will supervise one type of IB project. So ILT decided that staff will either supervise an MYP personal project, an extended essay, or a reflective project. So if you're supervising the extended essay, that's a core requirement of the diploma program for the class of 2025. You are just doing that supervision. Those supervisors were identified by the TOK teacher and the CPDP coordinator, Ms. Zersky, based on student selected subjects. The reflective project is the core requirement for the career-related program. All the CTE staff members supervise those projects. So if you are not supervising an extended essay or reflective project, then you're supervising an MYP personal project. So if you are an EE or reflective project supervisor, you can skip the rest of this video. You can skim it quickly just to know what our 10th graders are doing, but you are focusing on that supervision. So 101, supervisors will choose 5 students from a Sign Up Genius form that will come out later this week. If you don't know any 10th graders, there'll be an option and you can say, Kim, just assign me ones and I'll assign you students and let you know who they are. You're going to meet with them 3 times on set dates. And you have a list of guiding questions. And really your goal is just to encourage them, help them get unstuck, and then report on their progress. There'll be a 1 question Google form and you'll complete it for each student, just letting me know, are they progressing? So do's and don'ts. Do be supportive and encouraging, as you always are. Help kids get unstuck when things don't go as planned or they get behind deadline or they're procrastinating, and remind and encourage them to consistently document their process, either in their handbook and in the Canvas course. What you don't need to do, you don't need to be an expert on your student's topic. That's their job. They should be researching and understand their topic and be able to explain it to you. You do not need to feel pressure if your student chooses not to engage. That's what that 1 question Google form is. It just reports on their progress. And if they're not engaging, that lets me know. And you do not need to grade their work or provide any written feedback. So you do not need to grade in Canvas. They will bring their handbooks and their Canvas courses stuff materials to show you, but you do not need to grade them. So a little bit more about the project. The goal is really to use student passion, interests, extracurriculars, hobbies to drive their interest by building up these different skill sets and formalizing that exploration. So the kids will come up with a learning goal. What do you want to learn? A product goal. What do you want to create? They'll do research. They'll develop their own success criteria of how they'll know they're successful. They'll develop an action plan to make sure they can meet those goals and those success criteria. They will reflect on how they're applying these different approaches to learning skills with evidence. And then they'll take all of those components together in their final report, along with a reflection on their learning. And that's what they'll submit for the final credit for the course. For an example project, Juan Vera, he was the class of 2024. His learning goal was he really was interested in videography. And so he wanted to know how to edit videos. His product was a video edit for the Seneca Valley sports team. His success criteria was it had 4 sports. It was 2 minutes. He successfully transitioned between edited clips. And then he completed research, he did an action plan, and he reflected on his ATL skills. And he put that all together in a final report, and he had a final video that was fantastic. So the timeline for this. Here is all the timeline. You'll see the supervisor meetings are in yellow, and I will have specific meeting dates after ILT meeting tomorrow, hopefully. And so you can kind of see the timeline of this. We're in English classes for the first 2, then chemistry, then individuals and societies, and the deadline of the final report is February 27th. Couple common FAQs. Is it required? Yes, it is an expectation. It is now on their transcript for this year. So we really are expecting all students to engage and complete their project. Is it graded? So the individual process journal assignments can be entered into the gradebook for content courses that are delivering the lessons. The final product and report is marked complete or incomplete in order to give the student credit for the MYP research seminar. But the product, the final report is then also assessed on an IB rubric with points attached, and those scores are submitted to IB. So it is graded, but not in a way that we put the grade in for the MCPS. That MCPS course is just completed or not completed. And here's just the overview of the objectives and the rubric that we use for IB when we're looking at grading those projects to submit those scores to IB. Here's all the assignments. All the piece of assignments in green are their process journal assignments, the things that are building up to that final report. And so the next steps, you'll choose your 5 students using the Sign Up Genius form that will go out this week. There's a 1-pager that just has a kind of a summary of this information if you need any support or you forget something or want to go back. There's meeting guidance for the first meeting. I have that linked here, and it's linked next just in case you want to see what the guiding questions look like. And then if you have any other questions, please email me. I'm happy to help.